G'day everyone, welcome back to NS2HD. Just when I thought I could not abuse my voice anymore, I am going to bring you RwD vs Arc, which is short for Rings with Dreams vs Archaea, or as I like to call them, rear wheel drive, because of course all you car nuts out there know that that's the only thing that RwD should stand for, and that's the only way a car should be driven. But we just had a bit of an IP bug there at the start of this game, so
Command station
they have done a quick restart, but these two teams are going to be off momentarily. I do have a nice hot tea right next to me to keep my voice going for this match, and it's just one of those days where a lot of the European teams are playing, and they've been very kind to invite me to watch the game. Skulks going hard east, actually breaking off halfway and splitting, but I think we're going to have first contact in either observation or over here in logistics, where the Marines are immediately capping their closed extractors, putting them out very quickly. Notice what RwD Darman is doing here. He's holding the corridor while his teammate builds. Very effective. Now, this is the fourth game of a matchup, I believe, that these two teams have been playing, and apparently Archaea has been dominating a little bit, which Archaea is known to do. And so I'm interested in seeing RwD try to go in for the underdog kill here. Look at Archaea pouncing on those guys, though, just outside observation. I mean, they waited for their moment there and they prosecuted ruthlessly. And I'm a bit laggy. I think it's because I'm rendering another video in the background here, and my PC is just having a little bit of a spaz out every time I switch between Skycam and Free Look. So my apologies for that. I'll try to minimize the number of times I do that and try and not render games, try and not render videos while playing games. But Eagle Eye going to town there, and again, RwD is suffering in observation. They have one extractor up there, putting up one in repair room, but this is definitely not a situation the Marine team wants to be in at this stage of the game, this 1 minute 30-second mark. You don't want to be still fighting for your close extractors. Team of 3 Marines moving out to observation to try and re-secure there, but meanwhile, the aliens are going to easily just eat up repair room, and all this time, all the pressure is on the Marine positions. No pressure on the alien positions. All processing is just fine right here. We have 2 Hydras up to ward off any Marines that might try and get too close as well. So the alien team looking fairly swell right now. They really are. And I mean, they would be because they're Archaea and they're ballers. But Extractor going up in elevator transfer. Now, I think Eagle Eye is watching this, and I anticipate that some aliens will cross the map to try and help them stop this. But it looks like they're going to totally decimate Danny there. Danny moving out on his own. You never want to move out on your own, especially against a team like Archaea. And I have no idea why my computer's doing this to my shot transition from Skycam. There, Arj is doing well. They're just firing in bursts. You don't want to get too aggressive when that Skulk is on the extractor. You suddenly find yourself out of ammunition in your magazine, unable to engage that Skulk when he comes out. So a bit of damage done there. Nothing that's not repairable with a quick weld. Phase tech is on the way. So RwD going for a quick phase, which I like. I like a quick phase tech. Crucially though, you have to be able to win the 1v1s, 2v2s with phase tech, because it's a mobility thing. It's not going to help you in combat. Ryan doing a fantastic job there. I mean, he's doing damage here. He's making... Oh, that was a good move by Arj though. Getting into the vent. Very impressive. Firing in bursts. I mean, Ryan was doing a great job there, keeping those Marines back down. And Ryan saying, I didn't even know you could jump in there. I didn't either, and it's a very good play. But look at this. This is double gorge play by Zico and Fnatic. You can tell because there's 6 Hydras here. They are just going to lock down this room mercilessly. There's no way the Marines are going to be able to get in here and do any kind of damage for a while. The Hive is going up and is growing right now in repair room. That is big, and this is so frustrating. Why is my PC doing this? But what have the Marines got going? They've got the phase tech up. The phase gates are not dropped yet. Arms Lab going up first. They've got 27 res, so they're going to be able to drop those phase gates pretty quick. Elevator transfer is probably the likely location for a phase gate here. I would assume that's where... Yep, there we go. There's the phase gate going up there because they're going to maximize their territory control by doing that. And meanwhile, the aliens just prodding at them. They're not... I'm interested. Archaea is not going ridiculous on the harvesters. They've got 2 harvesters up. That's really what they've had for the first 4 minutes. I imagine they're going to get a 3rd one very soon. So after that celerity in second hive, then they don't have a hell of a lot going on for them. Resources-wise, they've got 20 resources saved up, so they're going to be able to drop that extract at any moment. And interesting, I mean, interesting that the Marines do have more resource collection than the aliens. You can see they've collected 190 resources to a total of 130 for the aliens. Sorry, the Marines have collected a total of 194, but still I feel like Archaea has the edge here. They're definitely on the front foot, finding their way through the Marine defenses as they've done right here. Danny immediately sprinting back to try and stop Eagle Eye. Fnatic is going to be dangerous coming from behind here, and actually Trefnix as well. It's now Darman. Now the Marines are desperately running in to try and stop this. Meanwhile, Zico has taken the opportunity to chew on logistics, and we'll have YOLO swag, etc. on defending elevator transfer on his own. So great play by Archaea. They pounced on this opportunity in observation. And we might see 2 extractors go down at once on the Marine side. We have shotgun research on the way. That's good. That'll hopefully give the Marines a little more of a punch against these aliens as they try to hold this phase gate position, which is definitely not a certainty with only weapons level 0 and armor level 0. And actually, there could be some serious trouble here. This phase gate could go down, and if it does, yes it does. Okay, that's a fairly big blow. I mean, this Marine team has surprised me. RwD has been staying in it, but the loss of 2 extractors, or well, it's going to be 2 now, 3 extractors and a phase gate means that they've really been punished back. They're down to 1 extractor really, because that one's about to go down. Yes, it does. Marine's toying with it for a moment there. They've lost 6 extractors since the start of the game. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money lost. It really does negate the fact that they have been holding more extractors than the aliens have been holding harvesters for most of this game. And I'd say Archaea is definitely on the front here. Very interesting the way Archaea is not trying to secure, say, server room or even north tunnels. There's north tunnels dropped right there as I speak. So interesting to only see that going up right now, because, I mean, until now they have had most map control, and it's surprising to see fewer harvesters. I think it's a resource thing. I think because they went such an aggressive second hive, they just haven't had the resources to drop a whole bunch of harvesters. If I keep doing this many casts where my voice is this broken, I'm going to start sounding like Wasabi One. Swag, etc. and Arj are the only ones defending here in observation, which is going to be tricky for these guys because there are 4 skulks and a 5th skulk coming in here. Now these Archaea blokes, so they're biding their time. They know they've got the edge here. They're waiting for it now. They are in and they pounce all at once. The leap comes in at once, and just outstanding. Just outstanding. They all move together. And there's just no chance 2 Marines have against 4 or 5 skulks all pouncing at once, and you've got to hand it to Archaea. That's what they do really well. Teamwork. 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 They do it so well. And again, the Marines are reactionary. They're on the back foot here. In Natural Section 2, the only defense is offense. You never see competitive teams using things like sentry guns or anything like that, or defensive tactics, because it just can't win you games. You have to be aggressive. That's what Archaea does very well. They coordinate their aggression very well, and inevitably, right now, and no one can beat them because they just do that so well. They've really nailed that aggression. It looks like we might actually be having a bit of server trouble here. Maybe that would explain why I was having trouble with going in and out of Skycam. Yep, it definitely feels like... Oh no. Are we back? We're back. That actually might have been my connection, not the server, because none of them have said anything. So I might have dropped out for a second here in the office, but we are back. And logistics extractor goes down. Really, really not a lot here for the Marines. They are trying to put up a phase gate. But 78 res lost. The Marines have not managed to destroy anything on the alien side. They haven't destroyed a single harvester, a single shell or crag or anything. So very much an alien game right now, and I do apologize for these hitches. It's definitely not the game. It's something to do with my PC. This never usually happens, and it hasn't happened in any of the 5 games I've cast today. So I've done something different, and you know, it might actually have something to do with the fact that I'm currently using 28 gigabytes of RAM of 32, so got a little bit too much stuff open on this PC right now. 3 skulks coming down south to observation to yet again pressure it, and that base in elevator transfer was just completely locked down. And again, I think what we're seeing here is an Archaea Masterclass, and I am going to put this game up as that, because RwD is definitely not a bad team. They're a very good team. But if you look back at Archaea playing, they just repeatedly decimate very good teams. And I mean, we saw Exodus versus Duplex today. That was a very, very good matchup, very fair matchup. We had 22-minute games that went back and forth. But Archaea is on a different level, and I truly, really respect RwD for going up against them. I know a lot of teams are scared of Archaea right now and won't even let me cast matches where Archaea is playing. So they just don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with the Archaea pain train. So huge props to RwD for giving this a go. And no doubt these RwD players are learning a lot right now from Archaea. Being beaten by Archaea is good for your skills. It will force you to get better. And that's definitely what Archaea is doing for RwD right now. Darman's staying in the base because of this skulk, no doubt. He knows this skulk is here. Still the Marines attempting to fight over elevator transfer. They're just not going to be able to do that though. That is definitely alien territory, and I do feel like Archaea right now is just masterclassing this game. They're not overextending. They're holding what they can hold 100% certainty, and you can see that in their perfect loss record at the bottom of the screen. They've lost nothing. They've lost no resources in terms of structures, and that is an indication of a team that is playing to a T. They're on a razor's edge right now. Now 4 Marines against 2 Skulks. This is a test. This fade is in here, and oh boy, there's that lag. But this fade is just not having much of a chance, and it really is remarkable to watch. Zico does go down, 2 Marines left in here, so definitely I'd say an alien victory in that little encounter. They're going to be able to hold that extractor, but now this fade's pressuring their base. And oh, they did manage to get Ryan down to low health there. Weapons level 2 is on the way, which is good. And Fnatic now coming into trade places. That's right, don't mess with me, says Danny. I've heard there's some other names for RwD involving Danny's name. We won't say those because I'm sure he's a fantastic player. Fnatic does take him down and now comes across to the other side. But Archaea is bringing down the pain train here. There's the server room hive at 75%, and they're just edging down the map and playing very perfectly. And I'm guessing they're going to make observation their target, and then they're just going to lock the Marines down into the base, and then they're going to win. They're not going to overcommit. They're not going to go for, say, an all-in fade. And it's definitely an Archaea masterclass, and we should watch this end game for them very carefully. The way they take their time, the way they analyze their prey, as RwD is right now, and just gets it perfect, doesn't allow any room for error, and it's definitely going to be very interesting to watch this endgame. They're now in the base. They're prodding the base with the fades. We'll see the fades backing out every time they lose health. You can see their Fnatic going back to that hive to heal, and they are prodding at the Marine base. And the Marines are definitely forced into a corner here and into a very defensive position. Their resources lost are now at 103 to Archaea's 0. They've lost 10 extractors to Archaea's 0. They have 1 extractor to Archaea's 6 harvesters. And Archaea has just built themselves up for this endgame now. Again, the fades, just checking things out, not overcommitting, although Ryan is actually getting stuck on the rafters there. He has to be careful. Going in, getting 1 or 2 kills, blinking out. And now we have 3 fades in here, and this may be the lockdown moment. Let's go down into the battlefield and take a look at this. This is definitely where the game is happening right now. Both infantry portals working overtime to try and reinforce. I don't think they can reinforce fast enough to make up for the fact that there are 2 fades in here. And these fades are just being very careful, just wearing it down, and now Zico is in here as a gorgeous. So this is definitely the GG moment, because these fades no longer have to get out of here to heal. They can fade themselves onto the infantry portals, and looks like the commander was trying to go for the ladder there to have a bit of fun, but that's GG, and well played RwD, and massive props for taking on Archaea, because no one can beat Archaea right now. So massive respect to RwD, and looking forward to seeing them play other teams in future. And of course, as always, outstanding effort from Archaea to just really go a perfect match there. They didn't drop anything in that match. I don't think they lost a single life form even. So a huge play Archaea, and any team or any player would do well to watch this game again and watch exactly what they do and learn from them. Because Archaea right now is lifting the bar for all competitive players and all players and all competitive teams in the natural section do better. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you all soon for more NS2HD videos.